everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Keep your questions coming. For those of you who don't know how this works, first of all, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube, subscribe to the blog. I do giveaways regularly to my email list, those who subscribe to the blog. And YouTube, you can get my content first as soon as I post it because they don't make it to my blog. These videos don't make it to my blog until weeks after I've made them. So I've got that much of a backlog. But you can email me your questions, dan@theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I'll generally keep you anonymous unless you specifically ask that I don't. Also, any social network you can think of, I'm on just about all of them. I'm still getting over this nasty cough. Snapchat's one of my favorites recently. Find me there, username Dan Sfera, just like my name, D-A-N. S like Sam, F like Frank, E-R-A. So keep your questions coming. I got 3 today, but I'm going to do 1, and I'll do the next 2 over the next 2 days. But I got 3 like in the last hour. So this one says, hey Dan, can you please provide insight as to what technology you would recommend for a clinical research site focused on dermatology and why? Okay, so the technology outside of the dermatology specialty, because I'm imagining or assuming there's equipment that may be specific to dermatology studies. So I don't know much about that. I only speak about what I know of. Yes, I've done dermatology studies before, but when I say done, meaning I was either getting the study, negotiating the contract, or recruiting patients, not necessarily doing or running the study. As far as technology for your research clinic, you say you're a new dermatology site, or maybe you're not, you don't say new. So you need some kind of accounting software. I use QuickBooks. You need Excel to track your patient visits. You need, now this is interesting, in full disclosure, I am sponsored, my blog is sponsored by Intralinks. They have a good product called Intralinks Via, which I've been using for like the last 6 months or so. So what I like about Intralinks Via is I can manage all my protocols, and I actually have multiple clinics as well. So I can manage multiple clinics, and then at each clinic manage multiple protocols. And what I like about that specifically, going back to the Excel and the QuickBooks and also Excel for keeping track of your patient database, at my last 2 site selection visits, I was specifically asked, where do you keep, in the event of a flood, right? Perfect example was Katrina. Where do you keep your study documents? What happens to your study documents if they're all damaged? And your patient records. How are you going to get a hold of your patients if all your documents are destroyed in a fire or in a flood? My answer in the past has usually been, I'm not sure. Now, it's been, we use Intralinks Via. We scan all of our documents. It's all HIPAA compliant. It's all FDA, CFR Part 21, whatever the regulation is about electronic systems, compliant. HIPAA compliance, my favorite. So Intralinks Via, I've been able to say that at my last 2 site selection visits. And I think going forward, something like that, it doesn't necessarily have to be Intralinks Via, although it'd be great if you use it because I think it's the best one. But something where you can store your records in the cloud, and not just Google Docs in the cloud, okay? You used to be able to do that, but now they're getting smarter. And if you were to get audited, they're going to ask, is this HIPAA compliant? Is this FDA compliant? So with Intralinks, you don't even have to worry about it. You say yes, you control who accesses the records. What else do I use? We use Excel to negotiate contracts and budgets. And then, of course, we upload everything into the cloud. You don't need that much technology. As far as calendar system, we use Google Calendar, and that is HIPAA compliant. You don't have to worry about patient privacy and all that because you're just putting the initials of the study participant, or even better, their subject number in the calendar, and you can give all your team access to that. So my strategy has always been low budget, bootstrap, bare minimum of what you need to get the job done. You don't need to go crazy with some of these systems out there. Clinicaltrials.gov to find studies. There's a few vendors out there that specialize in filtering the search results on clinicaltrials.gov, so you don't have to. But clinicaltrials.gov, I would say having a website is a must. as far as technology, having a blog. And then this segues perfectly into your next question. What guidance can you provide with social media? Can we use it as a recruitment tool? Absolutely. We just recruited our first study participant ever, probably in the history of clinical research, but ever, from Snapchat. So we hired a recruiter who was very social media savvy. She had a huge social media presence across all platforms. Kid you not, she put a Facebook post for an asthma study we were doing and a Snapchat post for an asthma study that we were doing, and she mentioned some of our other studies. So you don't need IRB approval. You just mention what studies you have them call the clinic for more information. We got within 5 minutes of those posts like 3 phone calls. So that shows you the power of social media. I've also been experimenting a lot with Facebook ads, specifically dark posts. I can help you with this. Usually I use the budget that you already have in your advertising budget. So give me a call if you need help with that. Facebook ads are a must, and you don't need IRB approval again. You're just promoting your services as a site. So those are the technologies I recommend, and you should have seen when I first started out back in '05 to keep track of my patient database. Other than Excel, I had like this off-the-shelf thing I bought at Staples. I think it was called My Mail List for like 30 bucks. And then I had to custom make it to where I would have to put in medical condition, con meds, and all of that. But with Excel, you can track that stuff and then back it up on Intralinks Via or platform of your choice. And then social media, definitely. And as far as business development, use LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you can find PIs. You can network with sponsors and CROs to get more studies. Get your name out there, your company's name out there, your expertise out there, so people can find you. Okay? So hopefully this helps answer your question. Keep them coming. I will get to all of your other questions soon. This is Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.